Hey everybody, this is Russ Stalters, and welcome to my Facebook Live. It's been quite some time since I have done a Facebook Live. Um, been really busy, so I'm going to wait a minute or two for some folks to hop on. And if you do hop on to watch live, hey, tell me where you're from, where you're watching from, and put a comment down below. And it's great to see everybody, or for you to see me. We've been really busy over the last several weeks, and so anyway, we've been really busy, so there's been a lot going on. I have been venturing out and doing some travel. Um, let's see, Labor Day weekend, went to Denver and visited with a friend. Hey Gabriel, how are you? Um, and great friend from Houston, and he built a house out in Evergreen, Colorado. So we went out on Friday before Labor Day and spent the weekend out there, Labor Day weekend, with him and his wife, and it was beautiful. And we got to have snow on the Tuesday after Labor Day. Um, First time they've had snow that early in 20 years. So it was really beautiful and really enjoyed our time out there. And then I am in Houston right now, so my background might look a little bit different just because uh, we're in Houston for the week and headed back to Florida on Monday, but we wanted to come back. For those who don't know, I lived in Houston for, gosh, just about 12 years. And so we have a lot of friends and former neighbors, and so we decided to come back for a week and spend some time and meet with them and get caught up with all of our friends. So Gabriel's in Dallas. That's cool. My son lives up in Dallas. He actually works out at the Gaylord in Grapevine. And then last week, some of you may have seen, if you've been a member of the group for a while, you may have seen the launch that Josh Pies and I did. Josh is a award-winning filmmaker, and I've done a couple of Facebook Lives with Josh, so if you go to videos in the group, you'll be able to see um, some of the videos or the Facebook Lives that we did. So Josh and I teamed up and we created Sales Videos Made Simple Masterclass, and we did a launch back in August and September. And last Wednesday, we had our first interactive live masterclass with the folks who signed up. And so far, the feedback's been really great. And this week, we've done some coaching calls with some of the students to help them hone and finalize their scripts that they're going to use to create their first sales video. And so it's been really fun. We had a great time last Wednesday. We started at 10 a.m. Um, hey, Tamisha, how are you? We started at 10 a.m. Eastern Time and went until about 5:45 Eastern Time, and we had a break for lunch and a couple of breaks so people could get up. But had a great time, really enjoyed it, and so far, like I said, the feedback has been fantastic. Well, anyway, I did want to give you a heads up that we are going to be launching another session of the Sales Videos Made Simple Masterclass. So keep an eye out for that. I encourage you to go to salesvideomadesimple.com, and there you can sign up for the wait list. And the reason you want to sign up for the wait list is as soon as we start the process of getting ready to open up our next session, you'll get an email to let you know. And Josh and I are also going to do a training ahead of launching our next class, free training, and it's going to have all kinds of great actionable things that you can do. So go ahead and go to salesvideomadesimple.com and get on the wait list, sign up and get on the wait list, and we'll let you know. Um, The other thing that I've been doing over the last, since September 8th to last Friday, I was helping Jeff Walker launch with his launch of Product Launch Formula coaching program. And Jeff is amazing. I became a Product Launch Formula member back in 2015, and great material. Jeff is a fantastic teacher, and he's always so generous. I learned so much from him. Anyway, he did a live launch masterclass the Friday before, the Saturday and the Sunday of, let me think, was that? I'm losing track of the dates. But anyway, and then he did a bonus class on the Tuesday last week, and I think he did over 18 hours of free live training. Unfortunately, the replays are gone now after the launch is over. He takes them down, but it was fantastic. And we had some members of the Marketing That Works group sign up for Product Launch Formula, and so I'm going to be helping them get the most out of that course over the next couple of months. So I'll be working with them and providing some additional support. So the last thing I want to say about other people's launches, I highly recommend that you sign up for them, and here's why. Even if you're convinced there's no way I want to buy their product that they're doing the launch for, the reason you want to sign up for the launch is this. You get all their emails, you see what their sales pages look like, you get to download the PDFs and the other things that they provide as a part of that launch, and then you add that, you create your marketing research reference library, and you start putting these examples in there. Next time Jeff Walker does a launch, sign up. Next time Amy Porterfield does a launch, sign up. Next time James Wedmore with his Business by Design BBD, when James does his next launch, sign up. Even if you know you don't want to buy their product, you're convinced it's not right for me at this time, you can learn so much about marketing and copy and just the way they present themselves as a thought leader out to the marketplace. And you keep building your reference library. I have a huge reference library. Whenever I go to a sales page and I think it's really excellent, I make a copy. And I'll put some notes. I'll put a post in the group that tells you some of the tools that I use to create my library, reference library. So I do want to encourage you to learn from other people's launches and sign up so that you can see their emails, save all the emails, and like I said, you can see their sales page, their checkout page, you can see their PDFs that they have. It's fantastic. Jeff, literally you could take what Jeff taught during his live launch, all the PDFs, all the things he talked about, and you could take that material and you could implement your own launch very effectively. Now, signing up for his course and his coaching, you're going to get a lot more information and you're going to get a lot more support and you're going to go much deeper. But anyway, I don't want to beat that to death, but I really highly recommend it. Hey Joey, welcome. Glad to see you here. So let me jump in. The topic this week is how to create your story that will attract your ideal customers. And as people have been signing up, one of the questions I ask, and if you remember this group, you saw the question when you joined. If you asked to join, one of the questions I ask is, what is the biggest marketing challenge that you're faced with? And I've had a lot of people say that creating my story uh, is a big challenge. And so, one of the things I want you to think about is if somebody doesn't know you, they don't know who you are, they found you on social media, or somebody said, hey, you need to check out Tamisha or Gabriel, go check out what they're doing, but they don't know you. Um, if they land on your website or they see something that you have out there in the interweb, um, if they don't know you, they're not that interested in your story. One of the things I love about StoryBrand is that Donald Miller, when he came up with StoryBrand and then later wrote the book, is he flipped the script or changed the paradigm, completely flipped it around, and he said, "You're not the hero." So I'm not. Me, Russ, is running this Facebook group. I'm not the hero. You're not the hero for your customer. When he flipped that paradigm, uh, and rightly so, I think he said, "Your customer is the hero. They're the hero of their own story. They wake up every day um, being the hero in their story, and our job is to be the guide." So much like Star Wars, that's the example everybody uses all the time. But a hero's journey, you look at the original Star Wars, and you've got Luke Skywalker at the beginning of the movie. He is doubtful whether or not he can harness the power of the Force. Um, they're battling, um, and he needs a guide to help him win the day. He needs a guide to help them become the Jedi that he can become and teach him the ways. And that guide was Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda. So we are our customers' guides, and we want to come from a place of being the guide, of coming alongside our customer and saying, look, I know what it's like to be you and where you're at right now, if you've experienced that yourself, or I've helped so many other people and I know how they feel when they're in that situation, and here's how I'm going to help you succeed and win the day. So when we think about creating the story, my recommendation is if you haven't read StoryBrand, Building a StoryBrand, read it. Another great book, and I've got it on my banner and in the Facebook group, um, is Marketing Made Simple, which is now taking the concepts in building a story brand and helping you implement them. But think about this. You're creating a story about your character. You are telling their story. And think about it. If somebody walks up to you and says, hey, Joey, you know, one of the problems a lot of folks like you face is this, and I know how you feel, and you're talking about their story and helping them understand what it would be like to go from where they are today to getting what they want or winning the day. And during that story, you're going to introduce a really important character, but you're always positioning them as the hero. That important character is you as the guide. And here's how I can help you go from where you are today to winning in the future. And so it's a really powerful paradigm, and it really works well. When people see a story about themselves, they actually listen. They kind of lean in and kind of listen. And so one of the ways we do this very effectively is creating what Donald Miller calls is a one-liner. And if you think about it, when somebody asks you, what do you do? Our natural reaction is to tell them what our title is. Oh, I'm in marketing, or I run a marketing business. And or somebody else might say, oh, I'm a consultant with this company, or I'm a director of human resources. Well, that's about you. Instead, with the one-liner, it's a simple formula, and it's covered in building a story brand, and then it's covered even deeper or more in depth in um, Marketing Made Simple. It's a very simple formula. Your customer's problem that they're faced with or challenged with, what your solution is, and then finally, what the result is that they can experience. So my one-liner is, many companies struggle to tell their customers how they can help them. I use a story-based framework to help them clarify their marketing and messaging so they attract their ideal customers and then grow their business. So problem, solution, I use a story-based framework to clarify their messaging, and then result, they attract their ideal customers and grow their business. So as you're thinking about what is my story, you want to create something that is your customer story. You want to look at, or you want to create something that is from their perspective, how they feel, and then when you talk about what success is like, be visual. Help them envision what life will be like after they work with you or buy your product, or whatever that is. And so this is a really important point. So when I have somebody that says, I'm struggling to create my story, remember, it's not your story, it's your customer's story. And then you're making sure that they see how you're a really important character in their story. And their story doesn't have a happy ending without you. And that's the best part. If they see in that story that you've created that, oh my gosh, I've got to work with Russ to have that happy ending, it's so powerful. So one of the things I'll do is I'll put some examples of some one-liners that I've helped rewrite for some folks. I'll do a post with a couple of before and afters. A before one-liner, and then I'll show you how I help them rewrite it. So you can see kind of the before and after. And I think that will be very helpful. Once again, I can't stress enough, grab Building a Story Brand if you haven't read it. If you have read it, I've read it about 7 or 8 times. Each time I read it, I get something new out of the book. All of a sudden, it's like, how did I miss that before? That's really great. So read it again, and then grab Marketing Made Simple, because now that book helps you create your one-liner. It helps you create the 5 sections. Not 5 sections. The 9 sections. A couple are optional, but the 9 sections for your website. So chapter 5 is amazing. Helps you create and learn how to create a lead magnet. And a lead magnet or a lead generator is something that you're going to ask your potential customer to trade an email for, something of immense value. Oh, Tamisha just said, me too, I read it 2 times per year. Good for you. So creating a lead generator, creating a nurturing email sequence. So if they don't know you, one of the ways they can start to get to know you is after they download or opt in for your lead generator, you start sending them some emails, adding value, helping them learn things, or give them resources that will help them with whatever problem you solve. And then the last thing, the 5th thing in the book that's really good is how to create a sales letter or a sales email. Now to call them to action. It's a great book. So I really recommend it. Joey says both are read, highlighted, and summarized in my Evernote. Joey, you're like me. One of the ways that I learn is I actually when I write things or commit things to writing that I have thought, learned or thought about or, marinated on and come up with some conclusions. I learn so much better when I do that through writing. Um, I actually learned that a long time ago. It's one of those things where when you figure out how you learn, it's like, oh, that worked really well. I should keep doing that. Um, but anyway, I did want to talk about creating your story. And the other thing I think I'll do is I'll put a couple of about pages, links to about pages for some clients that I've done some work for. And they're going to be different than what you're used to seeing because they're really not about them. They're about how they help solve a problem for their customer and then why they're so passionate about solving that problem. So I think you'll find those good examples also. So anyway, some actions for you this week. By the way, just a reminder, I will be doing my office hours tomorrow. And let me double check the time. Office hours tomorrow will be at noon Eastern Time. And the link is in the schedule post, and also I posted an event post this morning. The other things I wanted to remind you of is take a look at one of the announcements. You can click on announcements. One of the announcements in the group is to go ahead and sign up or get access to the link to be able to share, to be able to search through the Facebook videos. So my Facebook Lives that I've done, I've been indexing them with a technology called Searchy. And so instead of having to watch all the videos, if you want to look at something, find one of the Facebook Lives where I talk about the hero banner on your website, you can search for that and it'll bring up the point in the video where I talk about that. So make sure you opt in and it'll give you the link to be able to search through the Facebook Lives. Tomorrow I've got office hours. I still have room for one more website review this week. I've only got one person who signed up for a website review, so if you want me to look at your website, stick it in the website review post for this week. And I'm going to definitely be live again next week. I might do a couple of lives next week. And I'm also going to be working on setting up some Facebook Lives with some guests. So I really appreciate your attention and visiting. Invite your friends if you think you're getting value and you think some of your friends might be able to get some benefit from joining the group. Please go ahead and invite them to join Marketing That Works. Love to have them here. And with that, I'll just wait a minute. Any other questions? Kathy says, watching from our tiny house in Zephyr Hills, Florida. That's funny. So I'll hang on for a minute or two, see if there's any other questions. Thanks, Joey. Glad you stopped by. I need to hop over into your Facebook Lives too. Like I said, I've been running and gunning the last couple of weeks. It's been pretty busy. Well, listen, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of the week. I really enjoy helping people in the group. It's been so much fun. And the other thing that's interesting is when you're helping other people learn how to do something, you actually learn a lot. Hey, Carmelo, thanks. Yeah, I'm back in Houston. Oh, you're there through October 1st. Cool, Kathy. Zephyr Hills. I'm trying to remember where that's near. It's been a while. And then back to Ohio. Yes, I know that area is really pretty. Well, listen, everybody, have a great rest of the week. Hope to see a few of you in my office hours tomorrow at noon Eastern Time. And I also encourage you, if you have a topic or a question you'd like me to talk about on a Facebook Live or teach on, put a comment or put a post in the Facebook group. The other thing I wanted to mention, one last thing, you guys can post stuff in there. I have not restricted anybody from posting in the Facebook group. If you come across a resource that you think others in Marketing That Works would really benefit from, share it. And or if you have a question, you can write a post in there and tag me, and I'll take a look at it and respond to it. So you're more than welcome to post in the group, share things. You come across something, somebody's doing a webinar, and you think it's going to be great, or you think people could benefit. Go ahead and post it in the group. Oh, okay, I know where it is, Kathy. West of Orlando, north of Lakeland. Yep, that's a pretty area over there. So, all right, well, listen, everybody, have a great day, and thanks for tuning in. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for stopping by on the replay, and we'll be talking to you soon. All right, see you later.